Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Luffy's fleet is about to grow, and Oda is gradually making this happen as some pirates realize that without their strength, they aren't as great as the Straw Hats, but that can change if they fight together. Today, I will reveal to you the new members of the great fleet of the Straw Hats. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Since the beginning of his journey, Luffy has never sought to command an army or lead a fleet. His motivation has always been simple: the freedom to explore the seas and find the legendary One Piece. However, the seas of One Piece are far from indulgent. They demand strength, alliances, and an ability to adapt that goes beyond the simple desire for adventure. It was in the Dressrosa arc that we saw the first glimpse of a consolidated fleet forming around the Straw Hat, a milestone that foreshadowed the arrival of even more turbulent times. The events that culminated in the formation of the great fleet of the Straw Hats in Chapter 800 were no mere coincidence. From Cavendish's unwavering passion to Bartolomeo's fierce loyalty, all the members of that group recognized something special in Luffy. But beyond his charisma and the inspiring strength of his cause, there was a crucial element: the impending final war. Oda has already stated that the climax of One Piece will be the greatest battle of all, something that demands more than just the core of the Straw Hats. The Great Fleet, with its distinct captains and impressive abilities, is just the beginning of a much larger network. The current members of the fleet represent a diversity of powers, fighting styles, and motivations that reflect the heterogeneous spirit of Luffy and his crew. Cavendish, with his deadly duality as the White Horse, and Hakuba is a swordsman whose mastery rivals that of great blade masters like Zoro. Bartolomeo, on the other hand, displays the almost absolute defensive power of his Bari Bari no Mi, a force that makes him a pillar of support in any large-scale battle. Hadradin and the giants of the new Elbaf pirates serve as a reminder of the raw power that Luffy's alliance can mobilize. Then there are Orlumbus, Donsai, and Ideo, each contributing unique skills that add strategic layers to the fleet's fighting strength. However, while the focus is often on the existing members, it is impossible to ignore the potential for the fleet's expansion. As the narrative advances, new alliances are emerging organically, shaped both by Luffy's actions and by the necessity of survival in an increasingly chaotic world. The impending war against the remaining Yonko, the world government, and forces like the SSG leaves no room for hesitation. The Straw Hat fleet must expand, and it will do so in ways that will shock the world. Luffy's decision to accept the formation of a fleet was a pivotal moment. He declared that he would not directly command his allies, trusting in their instincts and in the idea that everyone would act according to their own principles. This decentralized approach is both a strength and a weakness. On the one hand, it allows for a freedom that resonates deeply with the ethos of the Straw Hat. On the other, it demands a level of trust and coordination that will be tested in the final war. The expansion of the fleet also means that Luffy is accepting help from others in achieving his dream. This is significant as it shows a gradual maturity. During the Whole Cake Island arc, we saw Luffy take enormous risks to protect his friends and fulfill promises. But it was in Wano that he truly solidified himself as a global leadership figure. His victory over Kaido and his rise as one of the new Yonko elevated his importance on the world stage. More than ever, he is seen as a threat by enemies and an inspiration by allies. In Chapter 1054, we saw the impact of Luffy's actions reverberating across the world. His bounty increased to 3 billion berries, and the title of 5th Emperor became an undeniable truth. However, with great power comes an even greater responsibility. The world is watching, and many are willing to join his cause. This includes figures who may become new members of the fleet. Characters like Yamato, who wanted to directly join the crew, could find a vital role leading forces on the battlefield. Additionally, the territories Luffy has conquered or influenced throughout his journey offer a network of potential allies. The Samurai Alliance of Wano is a clear example of this. Kinemon and his comrades may not be direct members of the fleet, but their willingness to fight alongside Luffy in a global battle is practically guaranteed. In Alabasta, the Nefertari family and the local warriors could mobilize should the kingdom need to be defended against the oppressive force of the world government. Even in Dressrosa, the people freed from Doflamingo's tyranny are willing to fight in the name of their savior. Another important aspect is how the Great Fleet allows Luffy to expand his influence without compromising the independence of its members. This is reflected in the way he treats his allies with respect and equality, rather than imposition. This approach is part of the reason why his fleet will be an essential asset in the final war. Everyone fights for personal reasons, but those reasons converge around Luffy and his vision of a free world. The arrival of new leaders to the Straw Hat fleet is a step that not only expands Luffy's reach as one of the Yonko, but also solidifies his position position as the central figure in a war that will determine the future of the world. At the heart of this evolution are individuals who have already accomplished their own heroic feats and led formidable crews, but due to recent circumstances, have found a new purpose alongside Luffy. The inclusion of figures like Eustace Kid, Trafalgar Law, Marco, Kinemon, and Boa Hancock is more than a strategic move. It is the consolidation of a coalition with the potential to change the world's fate. Eustace Kid, after his defeat by Shanks, is an example of how defeat can reshape a pirate's destiny. In Chapter 1079, the battle between the Kid pirates and the red-haired pirates left no doubt about Shanks' strength and that of his crew. Kid's loss was not just a blow to his pride, but also an opportunity to reflect on his choices and priorities. The alliance with Luffy could be seen as an act of redemption and a chance to repay the world that challenged him. Kid brings to the fleet a destructive power that is both an offensive asset and a sign of intimidation for enemies. His ability to manipulate metal and create weapons en masse can turn the battlefield into controlled chaos, a valuable resource in large-scale confrontations. Trafalgar Law, on the other hand, has always demonstrated a more calculated mindset, but his defeat by Blackbeard showed that even the most strategic can be overcome by brute forces. In Chapter 1063, the battle between the Heart Pirates and the Blackbeard Pirates made it clear that Law, despite his immense power, still lacks an ally network as vast as his opponents. Joining the Straw Hat Fleet is a move that not only strengthens his chances of survival, but also aligns his cause with Luffy's vision for the future. Law's skill with his Ope no Mi is invaluable in both offensive and support situations, allowing him to teleport allies, perform combat surgeries, and manipulate the battlefield with surgical precision. Marco, the Phoenix, carries significant emotional baggage. The loss of his captain, Whitebeard, and the failure to avenge him during the Marineford battle left scars that never fully healed. However, his participation in the Wano War showed that he still possesses an unbreakable willpower. Marco not only brings his regenerative ability and aerial combat prowess to the fleet, but also symbolizes the continuation of Whitebeard's legacy. As an experienced commander, he can lead divisions efficiently, while his presence inspires allies to fight with even greater determination. Kinemon, in turn, represents the link between Luffy and Wano. His loyalty is unquestionable, and his desire to fight alongside Luffy is fueled by both gratitude and the conviction that Luffy is key to the future of Wano and the world. While Kinemon doesn't possess supernatural abilities, his ability to lead and inspire samurai is a force in itself. Wano's warrior tradition, combined with the loyalty of its samurai, makes Kinemon an essential leader in land battles, especially in strategies involving guerrilla tactics and direct combat. Finally, Boa Hancock, whose confrontation with Blackbeard showed how far she is willing to go to protect her homeland, brings a combination of beauty and lethality that few can match. Her Mero no Mi transforms love and lust into deadly weapons, while her hand-to-hand combat skills rival the best fighters. Hancock also represents resistance against the oppression of the world government, and her inclusion in the fleet not only enhances its combat strength, but also strengthens the symbolism of a coalition against tyranny. The integration of these figures as division commanders within the Straw Hat Fleet is not just a matter of raw power. Each of them brings a unique perspective, diverse experiences, and skills that complement one another. The fleet, now more robust, can operate as a multifaceted combat force, with divisions specialized in land, naval, and aerial strategies. While Luffy continues to lead with his characteristic style of inspiration and freedom, his allies ensure that the fleet is capable of facing any challenge. With the fate of the world at stake, the expansion of the Straw Hat Fleet is a reminder that Luffy's journey is not just about finding the One Piece. It is also about uniting people from all backgrounds and motivations around a common cause. As the final war approaches, that cause becomes increasingly clear. Not just challenging the status quo, but destroying it to build something new. Who do you want to see as a commander in the Great Fleet? Comment below. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.